Hello and good morning. I hope everyone's well. So today, this is one of our last English lessons at home. In fact, it is your last real English lesson at home because tomorrow is World Book Day and you've got something slightly different to do. So after this, your next lesson on the Iron Man will be with everybody back at school, and I cannot wait. What you're going to do today is to use features of persuasive writing to write a letter of advice. So your activity today is to pretend that you are a farmer, one of the farmers in the Iron Man, and to write a letter to Hogarth's father. I've called him Mr. Hill, but in the whole story they don't actually name him, so if you want to change it, feel free. And you're going to write him a letter with your advice about what he should do with the Iron Man. I've got some sentence starters for you on the next slide, and also you've got your list from yesterday of your different problems and solutions that the farmers are going to face. So here we've got some vocabulary that you might want to include in your letter. Dear sir might be how you start your letter. If you want to get your point across, you might say, I believe, or it seems that, it seems clear that. Is there any wonder that, or I implore you to consider. I implore you to consider just means I want you to think about this. I want you to consider this. You might want to say, I think it's extremely significant that. The evidence presented suggests that. You might want to use rhetorical questions and say to Hogarth's father, have you ever thought about this or that? In conclusion, I feel that, and finally. To connect to some of your sentences together, you might want to use these connectives down the bottom. Additionally, furthermore, moreover, also, in addition, firstly and secondly. You might also want to use some modal verbs just to show the future possibilities of what might happen. You might want to say, use words like should, would, could, might, or if. These are your mini goals, things that I'd like you to include in your letter. You need to be persuasive. You want to try and persuade Hogarth's father to follow your advice. You want to use connectives like firstly and secondly and also and moreover, like the ones I've suggested just now. Your powerful adjectives, disgraceful, terribly concerning. You also want to vary your sentence length, and they do this really well in the book of Iron Man. They use long sentences to describe or inform, and then really short sentences to emphasise and make a really clear point. I also want you please just to think about your layout. How do you lay out a letter? How do you set it out? Remember, you'll need your address at the top and your date below. You'll need the name of the person you're writing to and your name at the bottom. You might say yours sincerely and then your name at the bottom. I have got an example for you here, and you can see that I've got my address at the top. This is who I'm addressing my letter to, Dear Mr. Hill. As I said, you can change the name if you would like to. And I've got yours sincerely, and then I've got my name at the bottom, Farmer Giles. Following our town's farmers' meeting last night, I believe it is vital to write to you to set out our concerns and suggest a possible solution. As you know, last night all of our farms were set upon by an unknown giant creature. Our machinery has been destroyed, our farms left in ruins, our families left petrified that this creature will return. All of the evidence presented suggests that it is some kind of iron giant, as huge footprints were left in the soil, suggesting a colossal and heavy creature. Also, teeth marks and chewed metal have been discovered across various farms. It seems to me that we need a town plan, and quickly. We do not believe that guns will work against this iron creature, as it is made of metal. So we implore you to consider. And then I want you to think about yesterday, what solutions did you have to some of the problems? What advice have you got for Mr. Hill? What are you trying to persuade him to do? And that's it. That is your final, the Iron Man home learning lesson. Because your next lesson will be back at school. Enjoy this one, and I'll see you soon. I'll see you Monday. Bye bye.